She texted a screenshot of a diamond ring. Caption, "Now this is how a real man commits." It was from her coworker. I replied, "Good for you." I didn't argue. I forwarded the image to one place only. That evening, she checked her phone and froze when she saw who had already seen it. I'm 35, been with my girlfriend for 5 years. We started dating after meeting at a mutual friend's birthday party, moved in together after 2 years, talked about marriage enough that I thought we were on the same page. I'd been saving for a ring, planning the proposal, thinking about venues and timelines. Apparently, I wasn't moving fast enough. 3 weeks ago, on a Tuesday afternoon, I was at work when my phone buzzed. A text from her. Just an image at first, no context, no message. I opened it during my lunch break, sitting in my car with a sandwich I'd barely touched. It was a screenshot of a ring. Massive diamond, white gold band, the kind of thing you see in jewelry store windows with price tags that make you wince. The screenshot included a text conversation above it. Her coworker, guy she'd mentioned a few times, worked in her department, apparently really successful, had sent her the photo with a message. When you find the right one, you don't hesitate. Below the image, she'd added her own caption to me. Now this is how a real man commits. I stared at my phone for a solid 30 seconds. Read it 3 times. Try to figure out if this was some kind of joke I wasn't getting. But the tone was clear. The implication was obvious. This wasn't playful. This was a direct shot. I typed back, "Good for you." Didn't add anything else. Didn't ask questions. Didn't give her the reaction she was clearly fishing for. Just 2 words, and I put my phone face down on the passenger seat. The rest of my workday was a blur. Kept replaying the message in my head, trying to understand what she wanted from me. Was this supposed to make me jealous? Motivate me to propose out of competition? Make me feel inadequate? All of the above? By the time I got home that evening, I'd made a decision. I wasn't going to engage with whatever game she was playing. But I also wasn't going to let it slide without consequence. I forwarded the screenshot to one person, her mother. Her mom and I had always gotten along well. She'd told me multiple times over the years that she considered me family, that she was glad her daughter had found someone stable and kind. We texted occasionally, birthdays, holidays, random check-ins. She was the kind of mother-in-law to be you actually wanted to have around. I didn't add any commentary when I sent the image. Just forwarded it exactly as my girlfriend had sent it to me, caption and all. Then I put my phone away and waited. I got home around 6. My girlfriend was already there, sitting on the couch with her laptop, working on something. She barely looked up when I walked in. "Hey," she said, eyes still on the screen. "Hey, you see my message earlier?" "Yeah," I responded. "That's all you have to say? Good for you." I set my bag down, walked into the kitchen to grab water. "What else is there to say? You made your point pretty clear. My point is that we've been together 5 years, and you haven't even mentioned marriage in months. Meanwhile, my coworker is ready to propose to his girlfriend after 2 years. So you want me to compete with your coworker? That's what this is about. I want you to want to marry me, without me having to beg for it. I do want to marry you. I've been planning it, saving for it. But apparently, my timeline isn't aggressive enough compared to some guy you work with." She closed her laptop, finally looking at me directly. "It's not about him. It's about you not prioritizing us. Right? So you sent me a screenshot comparing me to another man, calling him a real man, to show me how much you value what we have. You're twisting this. I'm really not. You sent me a picture of someone else's ring with a caption designed to make me feel like I'm failing as a partner. That's exactly what happened." She stood up, crossed her arms. "Maybe if you felt like you were failing, you'd actually do something about it." I took a long drink of water, set the glass down carefully. Okay. Okay, what? Okay, I hear you. I understand what you're saying. I'm going to think about it." She looked confused, like she'd expected more of a fight. That's it. That's it for now. I need to process this." I went upstairs to our bedroom, closed the door, and sat on the edge of the bed. My phone was already buzzing. 3 missed calls from her mother. A text that just said, "Call me when you can." I called her back. "Hi," I said when she answered. "You saw it." "I saw it." What in the world was she thinking sending that to you? Your guess is as good as mine. I think she's trying to manipulate me into proposing. By insulting you and comparing you to a coworker? That's not how you build a future with someone. I know. That's why I forwarded it to you. I wanted someone else to see what I was dealing with. Someone who knows both of us. I'm glad you did. This is unacceptable. I don't care how anxious she is about marriage. You don't treat your partner like that. You don't try to shame them into commitment. What do you think I should do? She was quiet for a moment. Honestly, I think you should consider if this is the kind of person you want to marry. Someone who uses humiliation as motivation. Someone who doesn't respect your timeline or your efforts. I've been thinking the same thing. Do you want me to talk to her? Not yet. I want to see how this plays out first. But thank you for understanding. Of course, you're a good man. Don't let her make you feel otherwise. We hung up. I stayed upstairs for another hour, just thinking. Heard her moving around downstairs, the sounds of her making dinner, the TV turning on. Normal evening routine. Like nothing had happened. Update 1. Around 8 that evening, I heard her on the phone downstairs. Her voice was raised, defensive. I cracked open the bedroom door to listen. Mom, he took it out of context. Silence while her mother spoke. I was just trying to make a point. He's been dragging his feet. More silence. Longer this time. You don't understand. I'm 33. All my friends are getting married. I feel left behind. Her mother's response must have been sharp because my girlfriend's voice got quieter, more subdued. No, I didn't think about how it would look. I don't know. I wanted him to understand how I felt. Another pause. He forwarded it to you? Why would he do that? I could practically hear her mother's response in my head. Because he wanted me to see how you're treating him. My girlfriend ended the call shortly after. I heard her footsteps on the stairs, coming up to the bedroom. I sat back down on the bed, waiting. She opened the door slowly, stood in the doorway. You sent that to my mom? I did. Why? Because I wanted someone else to see what happened. Someone who knows both of us. Someone who could give perspective. That was a private conversation between us. You made it private when you sent it. I can share my own messages however I want. You're trying to turn my family against me. I'm not trying to do anything except protect myself. You sent me something cruel. I documented it. That's all. She sat down on the bed, far from me, hands in her lap. My mom is furious with me. Good. Good? You want my family to be mad at me. I want your family to understand who you're becoming. Because I'm not sure you do. I'm not becoming anything. I'm just frustrated. You're becoming someone who uses humiliation as a tool. Who compares her partner to other men. Who sends hurtful messages and expects no consequences. She was crying now, but I couldn't tell if it was genuine or tactical. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it the way it came out. Yes, you did. You meant exactly what you said. You wanted me to feel inadequate. You wanted me to scramble to prove myself. And when I didn't react the way you expected, you got defensive. What do you want from me? Right now? Space. I need to figure out if this relationship is still what I thought it was. Are you breaking up with me? I don't know yet. She left the room. I heard her go back downstairs, heard the front door open and close. Her car started in the driveway. She was gone. I lay back on the bed, stared at the ceiling, and tried to figure out how we'd gotten here. Update 2. She didn't come home that night. Texted me around 11 saying she was staying at a friend's place. I didn't respond. Just plugged in my phone and went to sleep. The next morning, her mother called me again. How are you holding up? I'm okay. Tired. Confused. I talked to her again last night. She's staying with a friend. Says she needs time to think. That's probably for the best. I told her she owes you a real apology. Not just, I'm sorry you feel that way, but actual accountability for what she did. I appreciate that. But I'm not sure an apology is enough at this point. You're thinking about ending it? I'm thinking about whether I want to marry someone who treats me this way when she's frustrated. If this is how she handles stress now, what happens when we have real problems? Kids? Financial struggles? Life doesn't get easier. You're absolutely right. And for what it's worth, I think you're handling this with more grace than she deserves. We talked for a few more minutes, then hung up. I went to work, tried to focus on anything other than my relationship. Failed spectacularly. That afternoon, my girlfriend texted me. Can we talk tonight? Please. I responded, sure. What time? 7? At the apartment. Okay. She showed up at 7 on the dot. Looked exhausted. We sat across from each other in the living room, neither of us sure where to start. I've been doing a lot of thinking, she began. About what I said. About how I've been acting. And I realize I was wrong. I was so focused on the timeline I wanted that I stopped thinking about what you wanted. What we wanted together. Why did you send me that message? What were you hoping would happen? She took a breath. Honestly, I thought you'd get jealous. I thought you'd realize you were about to lose me and step up. I thought it would light a fire under you. Did it occur to you that it might just hurt me instead? Not until after I sent it. And then when you just said good for you, I got defensive because it didn't work the way I planned. So you wanted to manipulate me into proposing by making me feel inadequate. I wouldn't call it manipulation. What would you call it? She was quiet for a long time. I don't know. Desperation? Fear? I'm watching all my friends move forward with their lives, and I feel stuck. We're not stuck. We're building something together. Or I thought we were. But you're measuring our relationship against other people's timelines instead of focusing on ours. I know. You're right. I've been doing that, and it's not fair to you. It's not just unfair. It's destructive. It makes me question whether you actually want to marry me or if you just want to be married. Because those are two very different things. She started crying again, and this time it felt more real. I do want to marry you. I'm just scared that you don't want to marry me. I was literally saving for a ring. I had a plan. I was going to propose in the spring. But now I don't know if I can trust that you want this for the right reasons. What can I do to fix this? I don't know if you can. Not right now. I need time to figure out if I can get past this. Update 3. We spent the next 2 weeks in a weird limbo. Still living together, but distant. Polite, but not intimate. She gave me space. Stopped pressuring me about marriage. Her mother checked in with me a few times. Always supportive. Always making it clear she didn't condone what her daughter had done. During those 2 weeks, I did a lot of thinking. About what I wanted. About whether trust could be rebuilt. About whether one toxic moment should define an entire relationship. I also talked to friends. Told them the whole story. Most were supportive of me stepping back. A few said I was overreacting, that everyone makes mistakes, that I should forgive and move on. But the ones who knew me best, who'd seen how carefully I'd been planning the proposal, understood why I was hesitating. 3 weeks after the message, I made a decision. I asked her to sit down with me one evening after dinner. I've been thinking about everything. I started. About us. About what happened. About what I want going forward. She looked terrified. Okay. I don't think I can marry you. Not now. Maybe not ever. Because that message revealed something about how you handle frustration and disappointment. You went straight to manipulation and comparison. You try to make me feel small to get what you wanted. And I can't build a life with someone who does that. She was crying before I finished. Please don't do this. I made a mistake. One mistake. It wasn't one mistake. It was a series of choices. You took a screenshot. You added a caption designed to hurt me. You sent it. You didn't think about how I'd feel. You only thought about what you wanted. I'll do better. I'll go to therapy. I'll work on myself. You should do those things. But not for me. For you. For your next relationship. Because I don't think I can get past this. So that's it. 5 years, and you're just walking away. I'm walking away because I deserve someone who doesn't weaponize my insecurities. Who doesn't compare me to other men. Who doesn't use humiliation as motivation. And right now, that's not you. I love you. I love you too. But love isn't enough when respect is missing. Update 4. She moved out 2 weeks later. Found a place with a roommate across town. We divided our stuff amicably enough. No big fights. Just sad negotiations about who kept what furniture and dishes. Her mother called me after she moved out. I'm sorry it ended this way, but I think you made the right choice. Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Can I ask you something? Of course. If she'd handled that conversation differently, if she'd just talked to you about feeling anxious instead of sending that message, do you think you'd still have proposed? Honestly, probably. I was ready. I wanted to marry her. But the way she went about it showed me something I couldn't unsee. I understand. I hope you find someone who treats you the way you deserve. I hope your daughter figures out what she needs too. We stayed in touch loosely after that. The occasional text on holidays. She'd tell me about her daughter sometimes. New job, new apartment, therapy that seemed to be helping. I was glad she was working on herself, but I didn't regret my decision. Final update. It's been 8 months since the breakup. I'm doing okay. Better than okay, actually. I moved to a smaller apartment, something just for me. Started focusing on hobbies I'd neglected. Reconnected with friends I'd lost touch with. Started dating casually, nothing serious yet, but it's nice to feel like myself again. I heard through mutual friends that my ex is seeing someone new. Good for her, genuinely. I hope she's learned from what happened. I hope she's treating him better than she treated me at the end. The funny thing is, I still have that ring fund. Still saving. But now it's not tied to a specific person or timeline. It's just there, waiting for whenever I find someone who makes me want to use it. Someone who doesn't need to compare me to other men to know I'm committed. Someone who understands that respect and partnership matter more than timelines and public displays. Looking back, forwarding that message to her mother was probably the smartest thing I did. It forced accountability. It brought a third party into a situation where I was being gaslit into thinking I was overreacting. It created a record of what happened that couldn't be minimized or rewritten later. Some people might think that was a betrayal of privacy. But when someone sends you something designed to hurt you, you have every right to document it and share it with people you trust. That's not revenge. That's self-preservation. The screenshot she sent me revealed who she was when she didn't get what she wanted fast enough. I believed her, and I walked away before I signed up for a lifetime of that behavior. Her coworker, by the way, the one with the massive ring and the fast timeline, I heard they broke up 4 months after getting engaged. Turns out rushing into commitment doesn't actually create stability. It just creates pressure that cracks under real-world stress. I don't take pleasure in that, but I do take comfort in knowing my instincts were right. Speed isn't the same as readiness, and comparison isn't the same as connection. I'm still looking for someone who understands that, but I'm in no rush. I'd rather be alone than settle for someone who needs me to prove myself against other men just to feel secure. That's the lesson I'm taking from all this. Not that I should have proposed faster, but that the right person won't make you feel like you're in competition for their respect. They'll just give it to you, because that's what partnership actually means. Edit. For everyone asking what the coworker's ring looked like, I didn't keep the photo. Deleted it after everything went down. Don't need that reminder sitting in my camera roll. Edit 2. Someone asked if her mom is still in contact with her daughter. Yes, they're working on their relationship. Her mom told me she's using it as an opportunity to have harder conversations about behavior and consequences. Sounds like it's actually bringing them closer in some ways, which I'm glad to hear.